Hey YouTube, it's Coco Bella and I am back with another video. I know it has been so long, but I just haven't been as motivated to produce any content or just to make a video or anything of that sort. At the beginning of COVID, it was just so much easier to like put out a video because I had so much time on my hands, and now that I'm back to like working 9-hour shifts and all that stuff, it's just not enough time in a day or not enough time in a weekend. It's just very tiring, but it's okay. I'm gonna put my all into this, and I have so much to tell you guys. I have so much to produce. I'm just here to help you guys. So as you can see, the title of this video is moving off base overseas. I can only talk about my experience as far as like living in the Ramstein, Capon area, and also my own Air Force experience. I don't know how it is for any other branch. But before we get into the video, I do want to say that I have finally dropped my website for my business. It is called Bella Beauty, and I'm going to leave the website below so you guys can go on there and shop. I have a 50% off sale right now, and it's going to be for the whole month of June. And yeah, so I want you guys to see if you like anything, lashes, jewelry, whatever. Please send feedback or anything that you have, or if you want to see me sell anything else, just let me know. But let's get straight into this video. So with moving off base, it is not as easy as you would think it is, but it's just really frustrating. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you have money set aside. If you know that you are an A1C, or if you're an A1C about to become senior airman, you can move off base. I believe automatically if you're a senior airman, they kind of like kick you out the dorms, and this is overseas. As far as like being an A1C, as long as you have more than, I think, a year on station, you are able to move off base with the support of your first sergeant and your supervisor. So the first step of moving off base, I wrote notes, is basically you sign up to move off base. It's like a off base package that the dorm people usually send out to you. They send like an email to be on the wait list to move off base, and that's the first thing that we did. I have a roommate. We were friends before we decided to move off base, so we just decided to move in together. So that's the first thing we did. We both signed up to be on the wait list, and so when they basically dropped the wait list, they were like, all right, well, it's your turn to move off base. We have to go to a housing briefing. So housing briefing is basically telling you like, this is the amount of OHA you'll be receiving, this is the amount of COLA you'll be receiving, this is the amount of like utility money that you'll be receiving, and I'll break that down more. It also tells you like how the trash works overseas and in Germany, and how you need to split it up, that you need to take care of like your backyard, and the days that in Germany they have like down days. As far as Sundays, you can't mow your lawn or heat up your car, and just certain things like they go over like rules and stuff like that as far as it will be moving off base. And if you were on base, it would be totally different. Like on Sunday you could heat up your car to go to the store and stuff like that. But as far as OHA, so the OHA allowance is overseas housing allowance, and a lot of people profit off of money in the States off of BAH. Well, OHA is different. If your house or your rent is, well, just say it's 850 euro, then they are only going to pay you 850 euro regardless of your OHA allowance. So our OHA allowance for an A1C at the time was like 1,032 euro. So we found a house that was like 1,030 euro or whatever it may be, and they only give us half each. So basically when you add everything together, it'll be 1,030 euro, but my paycheck is half of that. So let's see, 1,032 divided by 2. So I have $516 and she has $516. So together all of that makes 1,032 euro. And that's exactly how it is here. You can't really pocket money off of OHA the way that you can with BAH. And you hear that from like a lot of people, like a lot of like tech sergeants and staff sergeants or people that live off base. They usually like max out their allowance because it's not like you're making money off of it anyway. You can kind of make money off of utilities, but it just depends on if the utilities are added into your rent or into your housing contract, or if you have to go off into the economy and actually get utilities. Which the next step after figuring out your OHA allowance and going to the housing briefing is going to be looking for a house. You have to be looking for a house, and the housing competition out here is like crazy. Everybody needs a house. You got people who mill to mill, you got people who got kids, you got people who are trying to move off base, it's people who are PCSing in, all of that stuff. So the two places that we looked is ahrn.com and then the other one is move.mil, and I'll list both of those below because those are the two websites that we had looked on for our house. And AHRN, I think all the houses on there are already pre-approved by the housing office. So your house basically has to be pre-approved, like pre-inspected by the housing office in order for you to just move in right away. If it's not, then that's a whole different process, and I don't know that process. As far as like getting the housing contract, so with Germans, a verbal agreement is basically a set agreement. If you say like, hey, yeah, I want this house, to that person, they'll be like, all right, cool, we'll draft up a housing contract like 2 days later. And in those 2 days you found a different house that you want, you've already agreed to that first house. Like, they don't take that lightly at all. So when you agree on moving into a house, or you agree on taking a house, you want to make sure that this is actually the house that you want. If you don't, hey, I'll come back to it. I still got 2 houses to look at, and I'll let you know. If it gets taken, it gets taken. Oh well, move on to the next. That means it just wasn't for you. So that's one thing. I remember when looking for a house, I was like literally driving to the house. Like, I'm talking about 3 minutes away, and the man called me, like the landlord called me, and he was just like, yeah, somebody just agreed to take the house, so yeah, not seeing anybody else. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, I'm on the way, like we just had a whatever. But that's really how the competition is. Like, if you see something, then grab it. If you think you love it, then grab it. Get that contract. Once you get the contract written up, it will be like, you sign it. If you have a roommate, then your roommate signs it, and then you send it through housing. The housing gets your contract finalized, and then boom, you move into your house. The whole process, it probably takes up to a month. Once you find out that, hey, I'm no longer off the wait list, and you go through that housing briefing, then you have 30 days to find a house. You have 30 days to go through housing. Like, altogether you have literally a month to get everything done. They do give you like money that you do not have to pay back. I think it's called like Miha or something, and it's basically like, for us as an A1C, it was like $700 extra, and this is for you to like go and buy furniture if you need it, or for you to buy like something as far as like a microwave because your house didn't come with one. Things you want to look for are to see if your windows have reluctance, because there's no AC in the summer. So you want to be able to open your window, but you want to be able to open your window and your window doesn't have like, has like a screen, or it has reluctance to where like bugs don't fly in and you don't have to deal with bees and stuff like that. See what I'm talking about? A net just flew by my head. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all make sure y'all got reluctance. So yeah, when it comes to moving off base, it is a process. You want to make sure that you pay attention to everything, and you want to make sure that you're not rushing into anything at all. But that's all I have for you guys today. I thank you for tuning into my video. It's short, it's sweet, it's simple, but my next video will be literally of my house tour and how where I got everything from. So please stay tuned, and I promise you it won't take that long for me to drop that video, I swear. Make sure you guys tune into my website. Go into bellabeauty.com, shop up, get your 50% off, and yeah, you guys have a nice day. Talk to you soon. Bye.